Good stuff. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Edwin Haynes, your GMA Global Master Ambassador. Glad to be here with you all today. And some of you all may be getting a message right now that we had to change the code at the last minute for our Zoom. So hopefully you do your job if you can as the leaders that you are and get that message out right away as we're preparing to go into our training today. So I want to welcome you all to the iBoomerang compensation training that we're going to cover on today. I'm super excited. As I said, you sent out a video yesterday as we were going through the numbers and looking at what was taking place around the globe in our company. We're so excited and so proud of what's taking place with all of our TSAs. You guys are really crushing it in terms of getting the job done. And I keep saying, even through some of the adverse times, to see people winning as big as they are right now is super exciting to us as a company. And then I can just look at how all of the people that's out there doing what they have to do, which is inclusive of all of our top executives in our company. Mr. Holton Buggs leading the charge, as I mentioned yesterday. I know he's doing what he has to do in the field, but also still overseeing what's taking place in our company as the CEO. Mr. David Manning doing what he has to do. And then I also can't help but say, if y'all get a chance to see Mr. Terrence Gray, T. Gray, and Mark Kipcart, those guys are incredible. They set this up today, and I don't know how they do things, but they're so smooth with it. If you ever get a chance, give them a high five, send them a message, and just give them thank you because of what they're doing to make sure we look good, as well as also Mr. Peter Hirsch as well. So many good things are happening. Trainings are taking place. Meetings are happening right now, and we want to make sure you guys have the best of the best and that you are in position to win. And so, again, I've been involved in this industry for about 21 years now, and I've had great success here. The majority of the time, I would say at least 20 of those years have been with Mr. Holton Buggs. So I get a chance to say I found the right sponsor the first time. And I just looked at what he was doing in terms of being an ambassador. When I heard the term ambassador added to our company, it was so fitting for what we do today, because he's always been an advocate or an ambassador for the industry of direct sales and network marketing. So when we started our own company, to be able to use the term ambassadors, that's just perfect for what's going on. And he always talked about making sure that we had the type of behaviors, even from a comp plan standpoint. A comp plan should always reward the type of behaviors that you want. And he was always looking at the different things that we can do, from building of a culture to actually doing what we're doing right now in terms of putting the compensation plan in place. He always had things in place in our organization as we were running in parts of other companies to make sure that we had the best environment possible. I'm just thinking about now as he was being introduced. I think we were there in the DC area. Bruce Bailey, who had introduced him, he brought something up to my memory when he introduced Mr. Buggs, because Mr. Buggs is now known for creating millionaires, and I'm one of the recipients of being able to participate in the trainings that he's done, and now have become well off in millionaire status because of what takes place. But one of the things that Bruce introduced and said, he said, you know what, Mr. Buggs made a statement that he didn't create millionaires. He actually created the environment that would produce millionaires. And that's exactly what we're doing here. You're going to get a chance to be a part of a company and a system. We always say good companies are people dependent, but great companies are system dependent. And you're going to be a part of a real, true system that's taking place. And then when you add what we have, it's a lot of things that's happening right now within our company that I'm so excited about, because number one, at the head of it, you have all of the leadership that's in place. And so you want to make sure that you have great leadership. The other thing is you want to make sure that you have a solid company. And I can tell you the company is well financed, and we have the things that we need in place for the company to grow and do what we need to do for the future. And our leaders are thinking in detail in the future. And then when you look at it, we want to look at the right products. Do we have the right products? And I can tell you, what better industry to be involved in than the travel industry. As we say, over $8 trillion of products that we can offer around the world just from a click of a button. And right now we have that ability and we're going to explore that even more in our company. And so when we look at the right company, the right leadership, the right solid company, having the right product, and then being able to create the right income, legacy type of income, this is going to be what you have in terms of being able to generate what we call generational wealth in our company. And so I want to make sure that you all understand how to properly benefit from what we're about to do. Matter of fact, I have been involved with this particular comp plan, a version of it, a variation of this particular comp plan. I have been involved with the comp plan, and it paid me millions of dollars. Me and my partners, business partners around the world, we earned a significant income from it. Mr. Bugs actually had gotten himself up to a pretty substantial income. Many of you all have heard over $1 million a month of income with a version of this comp plan that he actually put together. And so when we were laughing at this too, and then the good part about it is, after going through that time for the past 10 to 11 years of earning income there, we saw where the cap was, and Mr. Buzz said, I fixed that. There's no longer a cap of $1 million a month. We have people that would blast past that in this company right now, just from some of the tweaks we were able to do, because we understand the ins and the outs of what you're going to see today. So I want you all to get yourself in a good place. Make sure you can take your notes. I'm going to go through this and try to keep the call as brief as possible. There's so much more to cover as we've been traveling around, traveling around doing different trainings and presentations. I have been trying to implement a little bit of the training so people can see the magnitude of what we have in terms of this comp plan, because I'm telling you right now, from experience, I know for a fact, if you follow what we're going to teach you in this company, if you follow what we're going to teach you in terms of leadership, you know what? Not only will you be a person that's well off as a person, but you'll be a person that's well off financially from what I'm going to talk about here today. And so, as we were starting the company, as we've seen us start the company, let me make sure we're okay here. Okay. As we started the company, many of you all know that we started with what we call a fast start unit level, And I will do my best to draw some of this out, but most people will definitely understand it. You'll be able to go through the recording on this call as well. But we started with what we call a fast start unit level, meaning that everything was actually rolled into one in terms of the volume, and the fast start bonuses were actually rolled into one to get people started. And then what we were doing was we actually have those people who have actually enrolled into the company. They now have been placed into what we call a holding tank, meaning that they're in the system, but you will have a period of time where you'll be able to take those people out of the holding tank and place them into the binary system that we're going to be working in our company. So we started with the fast start unit level, but we're about to transition into what we call a binary hybrid. What does that mean? Binary, of course, is two. It's a two-team system. Some people are used to working unit levels where you have unlimited people, and we have a version of that. And now in the industry, you see most common now is a binary system, because people were looking at it and they designed a system and said, if you can sponsor people wide, you can also sponsor, unlimited people wide. You can also build a team where you can only, start with sponsoring two, and the rest of your people will fall below. So in other words, you would only sponsor two legs, which is called a binary, and it made for a quicker payout within the direct sales network marketing industry. And so we looked at it, the binary in this industry turned out to be one of the fastest paying comp plans out there. But when we looked at it as well, to look at what was most solid in our industry, the most solid comp plan in our industry is what you call the unit level. Now, the unit level can be slow in growth by itself. It can be pretty slow in growth, but it's probably the most stable comp plan that you have within the industry. So what we have is the best of both worlds in our company. What do I mean by that? Well, we put the binary system, we're going to be going into the binary system starting in May. We're going into May with our new binary system, leaving from the fast start unit level to the binary hybrid system, which is on the front end. You're going to have speed. meaning that right now you'll be able to build a team quickly, put one on the left, and all the way down to infinity, and you'll be able to get paid based on your ranks up to $250,000 per week based on the highest ranking in our company in the binary. And I'll explain this. But on the back end, while the back end is what I call maturing, on the back end, you have the unit level that's automatically being built out, and your residual income comes from the unit level, which is the most stable part of our comp plan. And quite honestly, it would probably be the most profitable part of your income for the lifetime or the duration of you being a part of iBoomerang. And so you get the best of both worlds. You get best of both worlds. What I call, you get a chance to use the Lamborghini on the front end, but cruise the rest of your life in the Rolls Royce on the back end. And I want to show you how that Rolls Royce can pay you for generations and generations to come in what we have here. So quickly as we go through it here, I'm going to talk about where the volume comes from. You all understand, as we have our I call them builder packs, or it's different flight packs that you can choose. Everybody starts with the $49 pack. So the $49 pack is actually the wholesale pack in our company. $49.85 gets you into the system of our company of iBoomerang. Everyone starts with the $49 wholesale pack. That gets your setup going, and now you have your side, you have your websites up and running, and all the things that you need to do to run a good business at $49. So that $49 pack is something that everyone has to start with. Once you get started with the $49 pack, there are a few packs that you can choose from in terms of a builder pack. The builder pack, the next pack that you can begin with is what we call a coach pack. A coach pack. It's actually $250 for the coach pack, but the coach pack gives you a certain amount of volume. You will have 2 volumes that you're going to be able to get from it, that we're going to use for calculations in terms of the packs that you get a chance to purchase. So it's a $250 outlay to get yourself started there, but it gives $200 of what they call business volume. Business volume is what you earn a commission on. So $200 of business volume every time a coach pack goes into the system, no matter whether you put it there or not. $200 of business volume will roll up to you in the binary. If it's in your binary, it'll roll up to you for a payout. And then you have what we call QV, qualifying volume. So on the QV, you get 250 qualifying volume points. If that's through your personal enrollment tree, and I'll talk about that, you now get 250 points. That's going to count toward your qualifications of the different rankings that we have in our company. So that's at the coach level. At the business class pack, it's $500 one time for the business class pack, but you're gonna get $400 of business volume, and you're gonna get $500 of qualifying volume. $400 going toward your income, $500 going toward your qualification, if that's through your personal enrollment tree. And then the next one is, which is the most coveted pack that we have, which is called the first class pack. First class. We have first class people in our company. We have a first class company, and this is the covenant pack that we have, but it's $1,000 one time for that. It gives you actually $800 of volume, business volume, and it gives you $1,000 worth of qualifying volume. So if you notice the numbers on the business volume, which is one of the highest of the industry, ladies and gentlemen, we're paying out 80% volume into our comp plan. That's pretty strong. If you know anything about the industry or anything about business, period, 80% of the money goes back out to pay people just like you and me. And so again, just to reiterate, on the coach pack, $250 is what it costs for a coach pack, but you earn 200 points of business volume going for your payout, 250 points for qualifying volume. On the business class, $500 to purchase that, $400 of business volume, $500 of qualifying volume. And of course, last but not least, $1,000 for the first class pack, 800 points that goes into for payout, and $1,000 for qualifying volume. So all of that means something. That is the way the system is set up in order for you to track the points or volume that goes through your system. Points and volume, you may hear me say points or volume, that is the same term. It means the same thing. Whatever points or whatever volume, that is what goes into the comp plan for calculation. So here's what we have. This is what the setup is right now. This is how we do business in our company. You knew in the company, in the Fast Start Uni level, you knew we had 6 levels of payout. 6 levels of payout, and it was very simple. On your first level, if you were to personally sponsor a business class pack, on the first level in the current comp plan, if you personally enroll a business class pack, you earn $200 of immediate commission from personally enrolling a uni-level pack, okay? From personally enrolling a business class, first class pack, I'm sorry. And it's $100 for every business class, and there's a $50 payout for your coach class pack. So this is what happened on your first level, on the first level of business. But you get paid down 6 different levels. Okay, 6 levels. Now, if someone is to sponsor on your second level, meaning that these people sponsor someone on your second level in the current comp plan, you know it's $96, $48, $24, meaning that if this team sponsor people, that means that's your second level, you make a commission of $98, $48, and so on and so forth. Those are fast start bonuses. And I'll go through, and you can pull this up on the screen, and I won't go through everything, but once this team sponsor, it's again, $24 for the coach pack, $48 for the business class, and $96. It goes again, 24, 48, 96, and then eventually it goes to 64, 32, 16. And you know the bigger the team is down below. So the bigger the team is down below. So if you look at the Fast Start Uni level, the Fast Start Uni level that we currently have to get people enrolled right now is based on the first level that you sponsor, your personals, of $200, $100, or $50 based on coach, business, or first class. It's unlimited people that you can sponsor, and it's unlimited people that your current team can sponsor down to 6 levels, and you can get all of the details of that comp plan that we have right there on the website or in your presentation. You can see the numbers there. This is what we currently have, but we're going to something that's going to be more impactful than what we just have here. This is just a one payout plan. Now watch this. Coming up in our company, we're going to have, in May, we're going to have multiple ways of getting paid, that's going to knock your socks off. Most companies, I've seen many companies out there that only earn money in their unit level from what we call transactional businesses, meaning they have a set rate for whatever the services that they're paying for each month to renew their services, and it's a set rate, but there's no way to increase their customer or that distributor's production because it's only based on a transaction. There's nothing else to offer in the company. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're not going to be just based on a one single transaction company. We have a full business-based transaction that we're able to do, and we're able to grow that distributor base or that customer base because of what we offer in the multitude of products that we can sell to a distributor and or our customers. And you're going to see the benefit of that as well. So here's what we're going to, okay? The first thing that we're going to have in our comp plan is what I'm going to call is a direct sales bonus, okay? A direct sales bonus. So that means that if you directly enroll someone into the system, if you directly sponsor or enroll someone into the system, Based on the coach pack, because you got to remember, everything is rolled up into one. This is what we started with just to get you started, but now I'm going to transition you to where we're going. So here's what takes place. When you personally enroll a person at the coach pack right now, that bonus is going to be $20. I want you to watch where I'm going with this, because I'm going to show you how this is going to add up to be big money as we go down and show the multiple ways of getting paid. When you go and personally enroll a business class pack, that's now going to be $40. When you personally enroll a first class pack, one of the commissions you will earn is $80 commission from directly sponsoring unlimited a coach class, business class, or first class pack. You're going to make a commission based on your personal sponsorship there, okay? Personal sponsorship. So this is a business, this is your first class pack, okay? That's the first part of what you do when you get started. Now what's about to take place, you're also going to begin to build your dual team, your two-team system. This is where some big money is. This is where you now can get yourself to some significant income right away. What I like about this pays you for it can pay you forever, and this is based on new volume, meaning that when a person when a business coach class, business class, or first class pack is sold down to infinity in this system, the company would pay you a commission based on your ranking. Based on your ranking. As you know, which I'm gonna go back here, if you start with a coach class pack, and if you're at the coach class level, you're gonna earn 10% of the volume coming from this two-team system. You probably have seen that in your presentation, but I'm gonna show you what it means now. We were setting you up for your future. In the business class pack, you earn 12%. And in the first class pack, you know it's 15% the way it is, but if you are a founder, we are now going to grandfather you into 20%. So it eventually, once the founder packs go away, it's going to go back to 15%, and you would have to earn your way by going through the ranks to get to 20% of the compensation plan, which is the highest amount in the compensation plan that we have of the dual team system. So again, the people that are in the holding tank, we will now transition them over into the binary, left and right, so on and so forth, down to infinity. So just imagine if you had Holton Buggs here, your CEO, you had David Manning over here, you had Edwin Haynes, you had Peter over here, you had Edwin Haynes over here. First of all, you know you're done. But what happens is now the system counts down to infinity. Maybe you had T. Gray right here and Mr. Mark Kipcart right there. So this would be a crazy organization. What happens now is this. I want you to watch this. The volume that I talked about from the business volume standpoint here, the business volume, is now going to be tracked over here, down to infinity. This system doesn't care who put those people in. It's only looking down to infinity, looking at the amount of volume that's generated every single week. This is weekly pay, W-E-E-K-L-Y, not W-E-A-K-L-Y, weekly pay down to infinity. And what happens now is it's going to see, did you sponsor anybody? Well, maybe you sponsored Holton, you made 80 bucks. Maybe you sponsored Dave, you made 80 bucks. All of these are first class packs, we know that. So it could be $40 if it was a business class, $20 if it was a coach. But let's assume you sponsor all these. Well, Holton sponsored this person. Holton made $80, but you sponsored Peter, 80 here, and just say 80 here. We're going to say that. So we already know just on the 4 people you sponsored out of this group of 6, you made $320, okay? Because you made 4 times 80, that's $320 from personally sponsoring those people. Okay, personally sponsoring those people. So that's your fast start bonus. Well, what happens? Every one of these first class packs gave at least $800 of volume. Because remember, you get $800 of business volume. So every one of these first class packs gives 800 of business volume. 800 here, 800 there, 800 here, 800 there, and so on and so forth. And all of that volume rolls up to you because these people are in your left team and on your right team down to infinity. Okay, down to infinity. They calculate the income. And let's just say on this team did $6,000 worth of business. Okay, this team, based on the volume that was generated, it could have been a combination of coach, business, or first class packs, and it didn't matter who sponsored them, but they were a part of your left and right team. The total volume came up for week 1 was 6,000 here and 5,000 on this side. Well, what happens? If you are at the first class right now, ladies and gentlemen, you get 20% of the lesser number or the common number between the two. So in this case, you at 20%, 20% of 5,000 is a $1,000 commission that you earn based on the volume from these two teams if you were at the coach level. If you are at the business class, you earn 12% of this volume, 12%. 12% of that would be 600 for the same work. If you are at the coach class pack for the same work, you would have made less. You would have made something, but it would have been 10% of that 5. So you would have made $500. So the key thing is, do you want to make 1,000, 600, or 500 based on the transaction that takes place from the dual team system? Obviously, you want to be at the 20% level as soon as possible. Don't miss any money that the company is willing to pay out. My suggestion, if it belongs to you, it's better in your bank account than the company's bank account. As a matter of fact, the company wants you to have that bank account because just like our executive team has been saying, #good, get out of debt. Our goal is to make sure we get as many people out of debt as possible, and you'll be able to do this with the comp plan that I'm showing you here. So what happens here, okay, quickly. On this transaction, once it's done, the company takes 5,000 from that side, because you calculated your check. It takes 5,000 from this side, okay? So it takes the 5 and 5 equal amount, and that 5,000 from the 6,000 leaves $1,000 of volume, and it rolls to the next week, so you have $1,000 ahead here. And of course, this zeroes out on this side. And the next week, the company's going to count down because these guys are building their businesses now and so on and so forth. In week 2, it's going to look and see what's the total amount of volume here. What is the total amount for the second week? Maybe it's 7,000 points here. And maybe on this side, there's another 6,000 points here. Well, we know if we added the 7 to the 1, that's $8,000 of volume because we had 1,000 remaining. 7,000 of new volume based on the new sales that went through from the business, the coach, and the first class packs on this side. And we had another 6,000 added to the 0. So we now have 8,000 and 6,000, and the system is going to do that again. What's the common number between the two? The 6,000 is, what rank are you? 20%, 12%, or 10%. And based on where you are, they're going to give you that money based on that transaction. And of course, they're going to look and see how many personal people did you enroll into the system. And in this case, on the first week, you enrolled and earned $320. You made $1,000. So now you made $1,320 based on the first week's commission in that first example. Okay. So all the system does is goes through. You're going to place your people left and right, and we will show you how to place them. Your upline sponsor will get with you, and when it's time, they're going to instruct you how to take the people out of the holding tank and put those people on your left or right team, depending on how the structure of your upline, how the upline is building their structure may determine how you build your structure, and you can grow your team down to infinity on this plan. And I want to give you this. Based on unlimited production, this system now pays out a max of $250,000 per week. That's $1 million a month in income potential just on this one bonus alone. Just on this one bonus, and this can happen pretty fast. $250,000 is the max per week at the highest level of our company. There's not too many people out there paying $250,000 per week in a binary, and we were able to set our system up for you to win, and you choose the amount that you want to take out of this part of the comp plan, which I call that the Lamborghini part of the comp plan, even though I'm about to go into what we call the Rolls Royce of what we have here today, the Rolls Royce of what we have here today. So this is what we have starting out. The first one is the direct sales bonus from personally enrolling, $20 for a coach, $40 for business class, and $80 immediate payout for a first class pack. And then you can do unlimited levels of building two teams, a left team, a right team, and you get paid a commission based on the volume down to infinity, anywhere from 10% to 20% of the lesser leg of the two team system, up to $250,000 per week in this part of the plan. That's good. I'm excited about it. Guys, I know you're going to crush that part of it, but that's not where the money is. What I get excited about is what we have put together in terms of the system that we have and the travel component that we have here. When this is working, this is going to allow you to eat, but the biggest money is going to go where I'm about to show you here in our unit level. As you are building your business, let's go to one other part of it here. As you're building your business, we have what we call a uni-level plan. You don't have to do anything to build it because the system automatically knows who you personally enroll, even though you put them on your left and right team. Unlimited personals. Hope you can see that. This is you. This is level one. So even though you are placing your people left and right, so on and so forth, the system knows that you personally enroll Holton, you personally enroll Dave, you personally enroll Ed, you personally enroll T. Gray, you personally enroll Mr. Kip Carter, or whoever it was, and it knows who did they enroll in this example. Who did they enroll? Okay, it knows. It can tell who did these people enroll. It can look and say, who did they enroll? It knows the genealogy and the lineage of these people, and this is your second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, sixth level, 7 levels of payout that you're going to get just on this bonus alone. Okay, I'm going to show you. So you're getting this on a weekly basis. This is speed. Allow you to make money right now. Sponsoring people or any money in the binary, speed. Up to $250,000 a week here just on this one bonus alone. Unlimited sponsoring bonus. But every month, the company is going to go and look and say, listen, we have this unit level payout. Well, what happens in the unit level payout? Well, all of the personal people that you enroll, I'm going to give you an example here of how this can work. And hopefully this makes sense to you here. And you can take your time and go back through the comp plan. But on the first level, they said every month, we're going to add up everybody's total personal production. We're going to look at, in this case, for this example, Mr. Holton Bugs, we're going to look at Mr. Holton Bugs example. We're going to look at Mr. David Bannon. This is you sponsored these people, and they went out and sponsored some other people as well. And so what they're going to look at now, say, well, how much volume did he produce in his website? Well, where does that volume come from? Well, of course, some people are going to be paying their $49 monthly operational fee. They're going to pay their $99, just like they're starting to run right away. So now that's going to pay part of the commission. Most of the people are going to be paying $99 because they're going to be at the business class pack or above, where it gives at least $75 of business volume. So every month, $75 of business volume from all of your active people is going to be calculating toward the residual or toward their personal activation cost every month. That's not inclusive of the customer volume. That's not inclusive of the customer volume. I want you to store that away for a minute because I'm going to show you the power of what's going to take place. What I know is the average person in our company is most likely going to personally produce at least $100 of business volume. There would be different things that would allow that to take place, maybe from their personal travel, whatever it's going to be that we'll be able to calculate. But we know 75 of that comes from every person generating a certain amount of volume in their website outside of their customer or whatever it may customers that may be in this case. So let's just for the sake of numbers, we keep it at $100 on the average. And let's say just in this part of the compensation plan alone, on level one, this is what we duplicated. We're not going to be superstars like Jackie Pippins and Tanya and all these people out there, Emmanuel Bernstein, Abby, all these guys that's tearing this thing up. We're not going to be all the superstars, but we're going to do the average of 10 personally enrolled people. So we have 10 personally enrolled people. Let's say we duplicated that, and I'm only going to do 4 levels of this. 10 of those people get 10. That's 100 distributors on your second level. Now, I got 90. We have people like Sam Bean, 95. We have all kinds of people. Some people, only 15, 20, whatever it is. Some people haven't sponsored any yet. But on the average, 10 personals went in on your first level that you personally enrolled, and these 10 got 10, that's 100. And these 100 got 10, that's 1,000. And let's just say level 4, they didn't duplicate perfectly, and they only sponsored the average of 5. 5 times 1,000, these 1,000 people got an average of 5, that would be 5,000 distributors. And I'm gonna stop there because there's a whole lot more money down below. Well, what happens? You remember I said we're looking at about $100 of volume on average from personal use in a TSA center, $100 of volume. Watch this. If we have $100 of volume times 10 people, well, that's only $1,000 of volume. I'm gonna say this is volume. If we have $100 of volume from 100 people, that would be $10,000 of volume, okay? 10,000 on the second level. $100, if you write it down, $100 of personal volume that's consumed in each person's site, $100 of volume times 1,000 people would be $100,000 of business volume. And if we had $100 of volume generated from 5,000 distributors in this case, from building out a team, that would be $500,000 of business. Well, what does that mean for you? On each one of these levels, you get paid a commission. Every month, on your first level, the company is going to pay you 10% of everybody on your first level, 10% of everybody on your second level, 10% of everybody on your third, and it goes 8, 7, 6, 5, 5%. Okay? So 10%, 10%, 10%, 8%, 7%, 6%, 5%. Every week, every month, no matter what volume comes in here, they add it up every month. They pay you 10% on your personals, 10% on their personals, 10% on those people personals, 8% on the fourth level, and so on and so forth. Every single month, what is the total volume? Well, we just did a total. 10% of $1,000 of volume is $100 that you earn on the first level there. Based on $100 of volume times 10 people, and you earning 10% of that $1,000 of total volume, you made just $100. Not bad, first level. Well, what happens now? You have 10,000 of volume here, but you're earning 10% on the second level. That's $1,000 of volume. $1,000 of income, I'm sorry. On the third level, 10% of 100,000, that's $10,000. And then on your fourth level, you get 8% of 500,000. That's $40,000 of income that you earn. You add just the first 4 levels up, that's $51,100 of income that you made just on your team duplicating through the system. You made $51,000 in addition to what you made on your weekly income. This is just based on your personal consumption in the business. Your personal consumption in the business of about $100 on average through the entire team. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have people that's gonna do a whole lot more than that. a whole lot more than that. I have one other thing for you to show you here. Here's where it gets good. And I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up for you. Here's where it gets good. This is not inclusive of your travel savings customers volume that's generated. This is not inclusive of your travel savings volume that takes place. And I'm gonna have to take this down. I need to get a sheet, just 2 more sheets, because I didn't know I was gonna have to do this. But let me do something for you right quick. Let me pull up something for you. This is good. All right. So let's look at something here. I talked about the fast start bonus earlier. I talked about the weekly bonuses. I talked about the unit level bonuses based on the average of 100 per customer. Well, you remember we're giving out free websites. Those free websites are driving volume through your business. You got to remember 35% of all of those travel saving customers, their volume is going into the system to pay out into the unit level. Well, what happens is this. Well, what if we had a trip? For an example, what if we had a trip and somebody in my website on one of my travel saving customers did a vacation and they saved $1,000 as a travel savings customer. They saved $1,000. We already know that's only 50% of what's available in our company, because there's another $1,000 that's available, okay? Another $1,000 available to be paid out. So that's going to be paid out in the form of the savings that's being paid out, payout into our system. We know that 50%, at least $500 of that, goes as a cash bonus. That's where we're unique. It's a cash bonus of $500 that's paid to the TSA who gave that customer that free site. I'm just showing you where the volume is going to come from. That means we have $500 left. Well, this company is going to give 35% of that volume, okay? 35%, $350 of that 1,000 is going into the comp plan, and the extra $150 that's left goes to iBoomerang. So this $350 goes into the comp plan, but in our comp plan, the dollar to volume ratio is double. This 350 is now 700 points that goes into the compensation plan if that was my customer and you had sponsored me. So not only do you now have $100 from what I did, but just one of my customers in this example just generated another 700. So now my 100 has become 800 here from one customer. What if I had multiple customers taking that trip and now my volume is beginning to go higher than the 100 that I'm doing myself? Now this 10% becomes exponentially more. See, we're setting you up for generational wealth. Some of y'all don't really, if you really take your time and get what you're doing on getting a free customer base, just in one part of our bonus, now what you see why we're telling people, we will have people in our company earning $5 million a month in the next 4 to 5 years. Not 1 million like Mr. Buzz who capped that. This part of the bonus alone will get you there. I talked about $1 million of it coming from the binary of new sales. Well, what happens when all of those customers begin to take trips? And it may not be $700 of volume from each customer. Well, what if you had 5 customers a month driving $500 a month of extra volume outside of you? And every time it goes up. Let's do a quick announcement. Let's do a quick one here. And I'll wrap up just on this part because it gets deeper. I didn't even get into the generational stuff. It's so much to talk about because there's more money than that in this. What if we took those numbers and we made these numbers just $300? What if we took this and did $300 for each person's business generating $300? So we would have 10 people doing, that would be 3,000 instead of 1,000. This right here would be, we have 100 people doing 300. Now that's 30,000. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting that right. Yep, that's 30,000 volume. This is 300,000 of volume. And now this is $1.5 million of volume. If you look at this now, because we are exponentially growing based on customers, you're getting a whole lot more money and a lot more production because we can grow the amount of volume that's being produced based on the customer base that's being generated within your system. And you can just about look at this as being 3 times more than what you had before. 3 times more than what you had before. And what we're showing people right now, this alone would take you around $150,000 based on the numbers of 300, thereabout, if you look at what's taking place. So ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you a concept of what's taking place and what you have your hands on based on your personal production and also now based on your customer production. When you add all of that up into one system, you have a making for something that can be very explosive when it comes down to building this type of comp plan. My suggestion is that you go out there and you build the biggest customer base of free customers that you can ever build in your lifetime. We didn't actually go sell them anything, give them a way to save money on what they're going to be doing anyway. And the more they travel, the more the perpetual residual income builder portion of our company becomes. You got to remember, we're going to be able to add other products to our ecosystem based on what those customers want. So we're going to grow your income in regards to that, even outside of the travel. These numbers will grow exponentially, in which means your income will grow exponentially. One last thing here is this. As you begin to generate and go through the rankings in this part of the company, not only do you get paid from this bonus of all of the volume, but the company is going to pay you a leadership bonus. Well, what does that mean? And this is the one I'm going to close out on. In addition to your personally sponsored money, $20, $40, $80 bonus. In addition to being able to earn in the binary on new sales up to $250,000 per week at the highest level of the company, you can earn that weekly income. In addition to the money from what takes place in the 7-level uni-level plan, I didn't count 7 levels, I stopped at 4, but you actually have additional levels that you can earn. There's something called a leadership bonus, and this is what I want to show you here. In our company, the company looks at you and they say, based on your rankings, starting at the first leadership pin of Sapphire, at the Sapphire level, which is $15,000 of business. Okay, you and your team, you do a $15,000 of team volume with a certain ways of doing that, 40% rule and things you learn that in our system. But you hit Sapphire, the company is going to look down into each leg, personally and sponsored leg of business. If you sponsor 10 or 100, those are individual legs of business. And it's going to look down through those legs of business, and it's going to pay you a 2% commission on your first level of leadership. That level of leadership can be anywhere from Sapphire to Triple Crown Diamond. It doesn't matter what their rank is, but long as there's a minimum of Sapphire and it goes up to Triple Crown Diamond, the volume that it takes for them to hit that ranking, you're going to make a 2% override of the first level of leadership in every leg of business. What if you had a presidential diamond here, and that was the first level in that leg of business? You earn an additional 2% of all of their volume. That's $2 million of volume. 2% of that is added to your income. They're going to look down for the next level of leadership when you go Ruby. When you go Ruby, $40,000 of business. Not only do you get 2% of every first level leader, you also now going to get 3% of every second level leader in their volume. It's going to say 2% of their volume, 2% of their volume in multiple legs of business, in addition to every bonus that I talked about. This is going to get crazy, but as it go to Emerald, Emerald's $80,000 of business. We have some new Emeralds. Congratulations on our Sapphires, Rubies, and Emeralds. But they're going to pay you 4% of every third generation leader, not down levels. They're not looking at levels. They're just trying to find out wherever they are. If it's on the 10th level here, 15th level here, 20th level here, it doesn't matter. But all of the volume that they generate, you get 2% here at Sapphire. When you hit Ruby, you get 2% plus 3%. When you get emerald, you get 2% plus 3% plus 4%. And when you hit diamond or above, and congratulations to all of our diamonds that we have already broken. Some of y'all are gonna be breaking diamond this month. Not only do you get the 2%, the 3%, and the 4% bonus, but you get a 5% leadership bonus from all sapphire and above that you have on your 4th generation. So those are additional incomes for helping break the pins. One of the things we always teach is lead at the top, but work at the bottom. We want you to learn how to lead the people at the top, but go down in your group and create pin levels as well in the bottom of your group to keep that going, because a fire always burns up. So those are the things that I want to highlight today on our compensation plan. As you go into it, it's several things that you see, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't worry about understanding this. It took me 2 years. I had made a couple $1 million before I understood all of it. And one part of the company plan, I never understood it. The best way to make sure that you understand it is go put it to work. My thing is go put the compensation plan to work and let us teach you the details so you can learn while you earn. So just to reiterate as we're going into it, you saw it before here in our compensation plan, the direct sale bonus, $20, $40, $80. The dual team bonus, down to infinity, anywhere from 10% to 20% up to $250,000 a week, based on the production of the sales that goes through the system of the coach, business, and first class pack. You're gonna earn that down to infinity up to $250,000 per week at the highest level. The unit level plan, it's unlimited pretty much here what you can do in the unit level plan, but it's based on 7 levels of payout, 10% on the first, 10 on the second, 10 on the third, 8%, 7%, 6%, 5%, and it's based on the production every month. They total up each level and they pay your percentage according to your ranking. And then you have your leadership bonus that we have to top all of that off, that gives you, once you hit the ranking of sapphire, you pick up generations of leadership bonuses, sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond bonuses that are added in addition to everything that I just talked about. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna stop at that point. I think I have your attention now, knowing that what we do and what we're thinking about works for the betterment of the people. This system, I know for a fact, is what Mr. Bugs is redeeming it now, his gift back to the industry. And this is serious. We did not have to do a company. He was not looking to own another company. I wasn't looking to do another company. Many people now just saying, man, I just feel alive again. But we're making sure that we're gonna do our part to set you up for that future building and get the type of incomes and lifestyles that you all deserve. And I wanna say congratulations again to each and every one of you all for all of the hard work that you've done in just the first 40 plus days of us being in business. I can't wait to see what the first year, 2, 3 years, the next 18 months for that matter, what's gonna be, what it's gonna look like for us to actually get this thing done. And so right now, I'm telling you right now, wherever we can have a meeting, if you're gonna be over in the UK this weekend with Mr. Bugs and that team, get there, get your people there. If you're gonna be with Mr. Peter Hirsch and myself over in Dallas, Texas, get there. Wherever you have your leadership, you don't have all the schedule, but go to the iBoomerang Facebook page and pay attention to the schedules so that you can be a part of one of the fastest growing, most admired companies that I know for a fact is happening in the industry today. And that's your great company of iBoomerang. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap up at this point. Make sure you spread the word, get some people onto the recording of this call so they can see how the money is going to be made as they go out there and build a business. And we'll see you guys at the top. And we also will see you at the beaches of the world as we go out there and create history together. So bye for now, and we'll see you guys soon.